Oh, so you have another, so this
Just
one.
right here is fine.
Yeah, this one needs plugged in.
Oh, both of them are just.
Yeah. Remember, there should be a plug here for this. This one, right here. Everyone's got it all.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want the speaker to work.
Yep. Thank you. We should be streaming already too. I think the stream is running, should be running. So,
Check.
awesome.
Check.
Awesome.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
Oh, this? I have to turn this off, yes.
You will get
Just quit talk over it.
Okay.
little feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Put it down. Put it down.
Little feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned
Oh, battery already, huh? Just trashed it. Let's go! Who is that looking out? Go in there and tell Hockman, somebody knock and tell him to send the kids out. Yes, he is. In the gym. Well, she needs in. Go tell Hoffman to send our kids.
Don't mind. I mean, we're just gonna watch it.
Oh, what? It's not cold out here. Now, come on now.
I'll be outside all afternoon with the kids on the. So I'm actually going out with the bus this afternoon.
How's it going?
For the most part, it's been really good. I mean, I've been writing with Philip, and others will be Miss Brinkley and Miss Mallett. We're all writing the boys, and we're all really getting creative and telling stories about everything.
Oh, good.
It's good. They're writing. It's getting better the more they do it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Bring it out.
6 and 7. It should be everybody.
Yeah.
There's no 8th grade.
We have Miss Brinkley has all 8th graders, and I have 1.
Okay.
We only have 19 now. You want me to have this?
That wasn't there yesterday, was it? You got something to say, girl? Good. And Emma's gonna have something to say. And
What are we doing? Oh, yeah.
over here, stay along the building.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing a bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time, jingle bell time. Dancing dancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in the one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, take up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in the jingling feet, that's the Jingle Bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in the one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling feet, that's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell rock.
Oh, this way.
I know
This
it's
way.
right there.
This way.
Or wait, just
Move over this way, please.
Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse sleigh. Through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All the fields we go, laughing off the rain. Some bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
That's 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Hey, I need everybody's attention. You need to listen up. I need everybody's attention, and you can come in a little closer. There may be a few latecomers that will come out, but what's happening today is something that we started last year, and it's an event that we started last year. And 2 years ago, actually, the class of 2001, who are in 8th grade now, I believe it was Colby Thomas, Lance Dorman, and trying to remember that Jared Lonis. Those three guys came up with an idea to take that building right there, which was actually just a storage building for old broken desks and tables and boxes and boxes and boxes and more broken tables and desks, and it was just being used for storage. And these guys came up, these 8th graders, who are now 8th graders, came up with this idea of turning that old classroom, it's 32 years old, turning that classroom into a net zero science lab. And then, of course, well, what was net zero? And the class of 21 looked at what net zero was. The class of 22 last year was challenged by Dr. Raley to continue the work on this project, which they did. And did Emma Davis make it out here? Is she here yet? Or I heard she's not going to get let go from. She was going to do the challenge for you guys, so we'll see. There's a few 8th graders or a few 7th graders who are going to speak and tell you a little bit about what they did last year during the energy unit, and then they're going to challenge you. And then I'm going to show you how this thing works. And this is one of 2 of these. This little thing right here, and it's pretty interesting. And I'll show you that right before we go back in. So the event is a pass the torch event. You know how like in the Olympics, somebody comes running in with the torch, and the torch was kept burning from the last Olympics, and then somebody runs it in and they light the big torch, and then the Olympics begin. So the whole idea of pass the torch is for some of the 7th graders that were part of this project last year working on it, to step forward, share a little bit about what they did, you know, how boring Mr. Woods was in teaching science and all of that, and then to try to challenge you or to put out to you the idea of continue the work. And so I know that come up here, Zoe. I know that Zoe's going to speak, and I think Alicia is going to smile at you. Come here, Alicia. And Victoria is coming up here, and Carly. Come on. And are there any other 7th graders who got my email and would like to say something? Then you need to come up here. They're going to just have a couple words at you. And Zoe, if you'll take the microphone last, okay. Any other 7th graders? Okay, come on, Kavian. Anybody else from 7th grade that would like to speak? I'm looking back there. I'm looking back there. No? All right. Cole, would you come up and tell us what you did? Because you had a neat project last year. Come on, come up here. Come up here. So, who's going first? Okay, you guys, so listen up. These are share-outs. This is a large group share-out. Listen. This is a large group share-out. So the guidelines for sharing is always, we're respectful, we're cooperative, and we're supportive of the people who are actually speaking. And so these folks are going to speak one at a time, and then they'll give the microphone back to me, and I'll show you how this thing works. Just reflection, whatever you want.
Well, last year we were challenged by, as he said, Dr. Rayleigh, and we came up with a bunch of ideas. So this year we're all challenging you to maybe not only finish the thing, because I know that might be a little way off, but challenge you to make some things that might help, because you never know when stuff like this might actually be of great importance to everybody. So I guess have fun with it.
Okay, so last year when we were told that we would have to do this, I was freaked out because I had no clue what any of this was. And when we started looking into it, it started to become easier. I had to do a presentation with Amelia and Jaden. And a lot of people made stuff to help this progress, and I hope you guys get to work on all this and everything. So just good luck with all that.
Good job!
Okay, so I did not prepare a speech. I didn't even know what I was doing.
I didn't either.
But so last year we got challenged to create a net zero classroom and build solar panels to power it. And so, as Kavian said, we're challenging you this year to finish some energy sources and help power the buildings for the net zero classroom. And that's pretty much all I have to say, because I do not know what I'm talking about. So last year when we were doing this, I was like, okay, this is not gonna happen. I was like, Mr. Woods, crazy. But after we started working on it, I was like, okay, this is really gonna work. We're really gonna do this. And so it was actually really fun. Me, Alicia, and then Jaden got sick. But me and Alicia did some project up on the board, and we gave a presentation. It was really cool, and I believe that you guys can like continue working and finish this thing.
We believe in you. Woo!
I'm
Get off the call.
Okay, listen up.
Brown. Well, first of all, good morning. So last year we got challenged, and me and Stella Long created a soda can solar panel, which took us a long time, and we still probably have a little bit to do on it, but we mostly finished it. And again, like the others said, we want to challenge you sixth graders to help Mr. Woods this year create a classroom where we can learn in there and have fun in there. So I just want to tell you all, hope you have fun helping Mr. Woods out with his project and his great idea. Okay, so that's fine. Last year we were working on the classroom, I guess, and I think so he brought someone in and we're like examining it and everything, and just to see that it was really cold in there and someone didn't have heat in there. Thanks. So one wore jackets. We all jackets. So me and Ella did the solar panel thing, and then we hooked it up and to see how much sun we could get to charge a battery and everything, and we did that at night, so nothing. So oh yeah, 5-6 night, yay! Where people come in, it's like take pictures, and I'm being really weird because I can't.
So, Alicia's going to share that.
Okay.
Okay.
What? Okay, yeah. So on Science 6 night, we got to present everything to like anyone who wanted to come from the community. Yeah, like parents and yeah, the school board came. And are we gonna have another one of those?
We are.
Okay. Good luck, sixth graders, with that. Yeah. So what you're gonna have to do probably is make a whole bunch of energy efficient things to power this. And last year that was like extremely hard for a lot of people. Like I know a lot of people didn't get to finish it and struggled with it, yeah. So just good luck with that. Yeah.
So don't you guys leave, because I have a couple questions. So first of all, some of these projects that were not finished, my first question is, would you guys be willing to hand them off to the sixth graders this year to finish? You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of work that you guys did and put into those projects that I'm sure some of these kids would love to pick up. And so we may need you to come and say, hey, this is what we were doing. Can you take it from here? And that would be pretty cool. So you did a project last year. Didn't you do the project that was presented? You did a presentation on when the guy came and did the infrared videos, was it, or the infrared pictures? Was that your presentation? That was Tusing. Where's Tusing? Come here, quick. Come up here.
Wait, what did we do?
What-
Yeah, we did that. Hurry up, man!
Come here, where's Sarah? Okay, so I'm going to ask Sarah to tell you, we had a guy, I'm sorry, Madison. Sorry, Tusing, I got it. So we had a guy come from, and we'll probably get him to come again, but we had a guy come from an engineering company, and he did a thermal imaging on this building, and I'm going to ask Sarah to just tell you a couple of things that Madison, to tell you a couple of things that we saw when he came.
He went and he took pictures of the house with
What was the temperature that day?
18. And it showed where it needed to be more insulated and where the cold was coming from, so we knew where to look to fix.
Right. And so the thermal images were different colors. They were like purple and deep orange. And hopefully we'll get Mr. Hendricks to come again this year. Cole, stand up quickly. Quick. Come on. Okay, so listen, Cole actually did a totally cool project last year. He got the entire thing done, but it has not been tested. So one of the things we will do this year is we will do some testing and gather some data on it. But tell us about that project.
I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
No, I don't.
What was it?
It was
What was
a
the
water
purpose of
heater.
it?
It was a water heater.
And how does it heat water?
It runs through a black tube, and it gets heated by the sun, and then it's hot.
Okay. So the idea was, so this we have this project. It's in the building, and somebody will need to do some testing this year on that to see how hot can we get the water and some of the things like that. Okay. So you guys, you were awesome. Thank you. This was really last minute. I mean, I literally came out here and said, will you guys come up and just talk to the sixth graders this year so they get some idea what's going on, and I appreciate everything you did. Now, I'm going to show you how, so this device over here is being commissioned today. It's a prototype. It's not completely finished. You can see that we've got it mounted on a couple pallets, so it's not permanently put into the ground yet, which we will be doing. But I'm gonna come over here and show you how it operates. Right now, it's gonna operate on manual controls. So I'm gonna manually control it. But when we get finished, there's a little sensor up on the top of that panel right in the middle that will sense where the sun is. It's actually a light sensor. And when we get that thing completely up and running, it will actually face the sun and orient to the sun all day long by itself without any input. It'll be automatically sun tracking. So you guys are going to want to take a look at this. Let me go over. I'll kind of fire it up, and then we'll see where it goes. So hold on.
Stop communicating with aliens!
So first of all, listen up, team. Is this thing pointing towards the sun? Turn around and look at where the sun is. Everybody turn around, look at the sun. Everybody point to the sun. Okay, right at it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to orient this panel directly toward the sun. No, we got it.
I couldn't even do that.
So we're pretty close to being straight at the sun, but how about the angle of this? This is called the angle of incidence. So how about the angle of this? Is it too steep or too straight up? Like right now I'm kind of pointing up that way. Is that where the sun is?
No!
It's actually kind of more like that. Okay, let me orient that.
Whoa! That's awesome.
That's pretty close to being directly at the sun and laterally at the sun. So the cool thing about this project is, last year the grant that I wrote managed to purchase 2 of these. This is the first of 2. And these are now and will be connected to batteries, huge batteries inside the building that we will be using, 6th grade this year will be using to do solar testing and testing devices. How much energy does a projector take? How much energy do computers take? How much energy do the lights in the classroom take? So these are some of the things that the 7th grade last year did some of these things, but they weren't able to use this device. So we will actually be able to determine how much power, how many devices can we power using these solar generators. So you guys, this is it for today. 7th graders who came and challenged the 6th graders, thank you so much. 6th graders, this is what we're going to be working on when we come back from Christmas break. There's a lot of projects we'll be doing, a lot of activities, and a lot of hands-on. So make sure you get your readings done so that you know what you're doing when you do hands-on. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you. You guys are going to need to go in with your teacher. I think you're going to go in. Hold on.
Mr. Wood.
You're going to go in these doors. You can't get in any of those doors. Yeah, you can go hang out with them. Actually, you can stay here. Actually, yeah, you can stay here. Yeah, hang out with me.
Harley! See?
Hey, Mr. Woods! Mr. Woods! You need it.
We got about 5 of them. We got about 5 of them.
Mr. Woods!
There are going to be 2 of those, and literally I won't have to go manually do it. They will, like you'll come out here in the morning, they'll be pointed over that way, and in the afternoon they'll be pointed that way. Typically oriented.
Mr. Woods!
That's, no, these, you guys need to come see this. Come around this way.
Hey, Mr. Martin!
Thank you.
I don't think so, honey, but thanks for asking. I think we're good.
Will and Jack are going to be working on a design for these to kind of go in right in here. So all those panels will be probably close to the ground as well, and we'll harvest electricity for those, for running the buildings. These will be for just for testing and things. So the things you guys did last year with the kilowatt meters going around the building, we'll do the same kind of activities, but we'll do them using power from this. So we don't go to all the classes here. Specifically, what if we go run this classroom next year or this year? Yeah. Okay, you guys need to get to class. Thank you so much for plugging in. Tell Emma you covered for her, because she's going to be really discouraged that she couldn't get down here. Because I know she had a little speech and everything, you know. And
Have you thought about the 7th graders coming out to help some of the 6th graders? Personally with them?
yeah.
I would do it. I'll do it.
Do you have keys to that? Okay, I'll let you in. Hang on, I got to get this thing.
Miss Brown told us to go back to IE, so. Yeah, we still have to.
Stop the recording here. Stop the stream.